Welcome to Shifting Impressions, Conversations with the Realm of Beings, with me, Greta Chamberlain, and the Realm of Beings. Shifting Impressions, which is one of the vehicles that supports the transmission of the Realm of Beings, is here to assist you in delving into your being by providing numerous topics and discussions for you to intake as you deepen your connection with your inner world. Shifting Impressions is here to assist you in strengthening yourself as you excavate to understand your true nature. Join us today and learn to shift your mindset, shift your thoughts, and shift your focus to recreate your life and produce a new you. Shifting Impressions starts now.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us at Shifting Impressions, Conversations with the Realm of Beings. I'm Carol, and I'm here with my co-hosts Kathleen, Greta, and of course, the Realm of Beings. We're going to remind you again about the next expo, which will be in California at the LAX Airport Hilton Hotel. The tickets are on sale now, and the event is from February 7th to February 9th. You can buy your tickets at www.consciouslifeexpo.com. Greta will be giving free psychic readings, and they will broadcast Shifting Impressions live with an audience and with a special guest appearance by Alan Steinfeld. So get your tickets early. Of course, you can always experience Shifting Impressions and the latest news, including upcoming expos, on our website, www.therealmofbeings.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Transformation Network, and any other of your streaming platforms that you prefer. We at Shifting Impressions are happy to be here on Transformation Network every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern and 8 a.m. Pacific. Listeners and viewers, if you're new to the podcast, thank you for joining us and being part of this experience. These conversations will help you to look at your life and your creation of reality to see what you're creating, how it shows up, and how to help you gain perspective so you can shift what you're creating in order to create what you want. So welcome everyone to new listeners and viewers to the podcast. Each week, Greta shares with us a quote given to her from the Realm of Beings, which we discuss with each other. And later on in the show, the Realm will come in and add more input for what they quoted. This week, the quote is about giving yourself a chance. Your answers to questions in your life are only found internally because your trueness resides within you. And I think we've mentioned numerous times how you should not be looking external. We don't blame other people. We don't say, I got in an accident because that person ran a stop sign. You understand that everything is your creation. And we would like to not feel stuck in situations that make us feel sad or angry. So we want to learn how to release ourselves from these challenges. So ladies, who wants to go first? And oh, by the way, I hope everyone had a wonderful Merry Christmas. Just forgot to throw that in.
I created a wonderful Christmas.
Good for you.
I had a wonderful Christmas Eve and a wonderful Christmas. And I'm creating a wonderful New Year's Eve as well. I'm creating a wonderful New Year. I'm creating It's a Wonderful Life. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch that movie this weekend because I always watch Scrooge. I watched the 1951 version with Al, whatever the guy's name is, the black and white one. Yeah, not the one with George C. Scott in 85, the one in the 1950s.
Yeah,
because it always makes me
one.
Right, because it always makes me feel, makes me feel good about myself, and I always see something new, even though I've seen it every year, but thinking about how he stuck himself in all of that money never made him happy. He walked away from his girl. I mean, he was a sad, unhappy man. And I guess that's why I was drawn to that, because in the end, he changes himself and he cannot control the joy of giving him, breaking the loop, getting over the challenge of fear of lack and of not having lived the life that he thought he wanted, and not living the life that he truly deserved and wanted. Am I making sense? With everybody knows the
Yes.
story.
Oh, I've seen the movie myself, and
Okay, so everybody
he
knows the
didn't
story.
appreciate his life until he saw what the world would be without him. So,
Without him, but also how the choices that he made, the looping that he did,
mhm,
kept him trapped in his own form of poverty, that which he feared the most, lack.
right.
And so, I was thinking about all of that, with this quote here about giving myself a chance and feeling stuck in situations that can make you mad or sad. And I mean, right now I created to have some inside of my house challenges. And I know exactly when I created it, Greta and Carol. I said, oh boy, and I know I said it on this show. I finished the outside of my house. I did the painting and the roof. Now I'm going to work on the inside. But you see, I didn't specify. All I wanted was a little furniture. I didn't want the mold. I didn't want the mirrors coming off the wall. I didn't want all the stuff that I'm dealing with now. But I have decided I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm not going to get sad about it. This is my home. I live here. And I'm creating, I'm seeing the finished product when my house is back the way I want it, the way it was prior to my, you know, the stuff, the challenges I created now. I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm not going to get sad about it. It's not going to do any good. That's
Mhm.
my opening salvo.
I like
My
it.
opening salvo is the Muppets.
Oh, Greta.
That I when Kathy was talking about that movie back in the 1950s or whenever it was done, I saw that one and I saw the one, the 1980s one, but the one I love is the one with the Muppets. Because they're dancing, they're singing, skating, and doing all those great things, and I love those Muppets. And then I like the one who is the jolly guy, the jolly ghost, the big guy who's the Christmas, what is it, Christmas coming or Christmas in the future or something like.
Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future.
Right. So he was Christmas present that had the possibilities. But that's my out of all three of them, that is my favorite. And I love the Muppets. Now, what does that say about me? You know,
I think
Muppets.
it says you've got a great sense of humor.
But it also, what do the Muppets represent? The Muppets represent
Illusion, right? Well, not just illusion, yeah,
absolutely.
illusion, because they're not real.
Right,
The
right,
emotions are real.
right. But they're not real. But I like how they resolve those things. Illusion resolving illusion, you know. And it's just wonderful. And I want to not only say Merry Christmas to those people who follow Merry Christmas, but also I think by the time our show is shown tomorrow on Friday, we'll be in Hanukkah. I think we started
Kwanzaa.
Hanukkah,
I think we are in.
and we've also started Kwanzaa. We've also, I think it's Diwali. I'm not sure if I'm
No, they
pronouncing
did that in
it.
November.
Is that in November?
This year it was in November.
In November?
How
Yeah,
about the Greek Orthodox?
I have a friend who's Indian, and I wanted to wish him happy Diwali, and he goes, "Oh, we did that in November." I was like,
Oh,
"Oops."
Oh, well,
It's
it's,
happy holidays, as in
oh,
plural, because there's so many.
oh, yep, yep. And like Kathy said, Greek, is it Greek Christmas is
I
later?
think it's Greek
Orthodox, yeah.
Orthodox is coming up.
Yep. See, I mean, it's just holidays. It's a form of celebration. And I think not only celebrating the days. We get in the habit of celebrating the days. What we want to get in the habit of as well is celebrating ourselves. And I think that this quote today, it says, in your life are only found internally because your trueness resides within you. That's to celebrate that trueness within us. And it can be challenging sometimes with certain situations that we have, created for ourselves. But this is an opportunity. Each creation of reality is an opportunity. That's all it is. An
And
opportunity for us to explore who we are, what we are, and not who we can be, because we are as we are at all times. What is the trueness? When it says it in there, trueness resides within you, that means that our divinity. That's what that trueness means. It means our
right,
divinity. So we
right. And
want
it's,
to celebrate that, celebrate ourselves as well, for the trueness that is us, you
I
know.
agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. And it's in line with all of the other topics that we had this month, Carol and Greta, about joy and just loving yourself, just practicing loving yourself. And Greta, just, all the challenges that we create, we can get all mad about them, all sad about them. But I think the more that we realize we don't have to be sad or mad about what we create, because we can always create what will make us happy and joyful.
Mhm.
Um, that's the way, another way of turning the page on our life when we're looping in situations, or like, why is my house? I love you, house. I'm talking to all the cells and nanocells of my house. Thank you for being here and supporting me and learning to love myself unconditionally. I just
Yeah,
don't know why I felt compelled to thank my house.
because that you know what that does? That lets you know that's honoring. That's honoring your house. And it's showing that the house is not an inanimate object, but is living energy. Because we go through school being taught, especially when we're in kindergarten, preschool, we're taught the difference between what is living, what is non-living. And then they say a rock, they hold, or the teacher will show a book and say, okay, is this living versus the plant that's in the classroom? The children say, the plant is living, the book is not living, and everybody goes, yay! We all know the difference between living and non-living, and that is such a misnomer. Is that every doggone thing is living, everything, every page of a book, every cell, every nanocell, it's all living. There's nothing around us that's not living. It's all energy. And so questions that we might have in our life, like why am I here? What is my purpose? Uh, why did I create that? Why did I fall in love with that person and not the other person? So many questions that we probably would have. Why did I take that job and not the other one? Why did I buy this house instead of the condo? You know, all of those questions different people have at different moments, but the bottom line is that the answer to all those questions is internal. So I think now the question becomes, talking about questions, how do we access that?
Yeah. Yeah. How do we access that, Greta?
Yeah, because
Teach
what
us, oh enlightened one.
ah, Lord, some things I've created, you wouldn't think I'm so enlightened.
Ooh, okay. You know, it's. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greta. I asked you a question, so teach us, oh enlightened one.
Okay, how do we do that? How do we touch? How do we touch the unconscious, which is an aspect of the force, so that we can understand what's happening to us?
Now, see, I
Oh,
never thought of the unconscious as an aspect of the force, or at least it didn't hit me. And right now, it like hit me in the head. You know, I never thought of the unconscious as an aspect of the force. But yeah, now that you said that, it makes you probably said it before, but it didn't hit me in the head till just now.
yeah,
Like,
it
wow,
is.
it is an aspect
Yeah, yeah,
because
because
we're all aspects of the force,
that's because we are the force,
right? And my house is an aspect of the force. You
because
hear
it is the
that house?
force. Talk to it, talk to it, talk to those pipes. So
I
Yeah,
want
it's
to know if
on.
it answers you, Kathy.
I shall let you know, and the truth will set me free.
But you know, to
Uh,
access the unconscious is just a simple ask. On that podcast that we had that dealt with the angels, remember when
Hmm.
we were doing the one on the angels, and we talked about if you want to connect, just ask. Ask why. Ask why you made that choice.
but
You
why
know,
is this happening?
yeah,
Should I do? Well, they're not going to tell you what to do, but they will make suggestions, right?
right. Or, and you know, those answers can come when we say resides within you, that means you're going to create it. You're really creating the answer to your own question, is what you're doing. So, but the thing is that you've got to be open to the answer and to be aware that this is the answer. And let me give you an example. It's like sometimes I'll have a question, and when I was driving, something would say, or writing, and something would say, look at the uh, driver's plate, the car plate on the back, okay, of the car, and it might have something on there, and it might say "Be happy." That's what they named their car, or what they put on their license for the back of their car. So that's an answer. So the answer can come from just a simple license plate if you're open. I know I've been driving down the expressway, and I looked at this bulletin board, not bulletin board, but
Billboard, billboard,
billboard. Yeah, thank you. At the billboard, and it gave me an answer to a question I had.
infinite.
Infinite, infinity.
Yeah. Did you get that one?
No,
Oh, okay.
I missed it, Kathy.
No, limitless.
Limitless. Did I get it?
Yeah.
What was the question?
You said you were driving on the highway and saw a billboard, and I was trying to see if I saw what you saw. Something to do with infinity or limitless.
Yeah, it was. It was a Verizon slogan.
You told me that story before. That's how I knew that.
I know you.
Oh, Kathy.
Trying to make the audience.
At least she's truthful about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was so impressed. I was thinking about Johnny
They go,
Carson
what?
envelope. Remember Johnny Carson with the envelope with the answer? Oh, too
Look,
funny.
Greta might say a Muppet might come down and go, Greta, 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 Greta. That little Muppet dance. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greta.
I know it. You're kind of high with the jokes today, Kathy.
Look.
No, no,
Don't
undo
inhale
it.
that
Undo
mold,
it.
Kathy.
Okay.
You said you
I
have
undo
mold. Don't inhale it.
Ah,
it. You know what? All we can do is be happy, Carol. I
That's
mean, you
true.
know, no matter what we create, just be happy that we're creating it and that we know we're creating it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
to me, that's therein lies not the rub, but the truth in it. Because I know I'm creating what's happening to me.
You know, it's funny because I said to Greta the other day, the more I'm learning, the more I realize I don't know, that I have so much more to learn. And she said to me, "You got it. That's right." So it
Yeah,
is. It's
it's
limitless. Like,
endless. Yeah, it's endless. There are endless opportunities because that's all it is.
One door
Anything we go
closes,
through, be it
another
a
opens.
disease, be it financial challenges, health challenges, emotional challenges, psychological challenges. They're all challenges are challenges, and they're all opportunities for our growth. That's why we created them. We created, it's not for us to succumb to the challenge, it's for us to overcome it.
But how we choose to do it is up to us.
Absolutely.
Because we
And
can choose the hard way, mediocre way, or the easy way.
absolutely. I vote easy.
I mean,
unanimous.
unanimous. Everybody choose easy unless you really see a person to me is going to choose hard is someone that's going to say, I think I'll go on the Colorado River and go whitewater rafting. See, Kathy's not going to do that. Because right away I'm going, you know what? You could drown. And people do. But some people like that adventurous road and it's okay. Why would I want to climb a cliff? I could take an elevator. That's why it was invented. So I don't know. To each his own, but that's life. It's the choices that you make. And just roll in the joy of, there are things that I know we've all created that we really just haven't we don't think we've enjoyed it, but I'm realizing now that I think we should enjoy everything that we create, even if it's not what we wanted. It's what we needed at the time to create to get us to where we need to go or where we are now at the present time. Carol, you'd explain or straightening out my stuff. Did I say that the right way?
I think you did it very well, Kathleen. And I remember everyone saying, I remember people asking me if I had regrets in my life. This was when I was younger, of course. And I said no, because whatever I did, whether it was a mistake or not, which we now know there are no mistakes, but I looked at it as it was a lesson to learn, and it made me who I am today. And that's what our lives are, learning lessons. So sometimes it's challenging to remember.
oh yeah.
We all
Oh
know.
yeah. Oh
Because
yeah.
we have to look at ourselves. We have to look inward and say, why am I creating that again? Do I want to create that again? Did I enjoy it? Well, I learned this, and now let me try it a different way. But it's all a part of living. It's all a part of learning and experiencing for the force. The aspect of well, word aspect. So
No,
I
we
hope the
are.
force.
We
I
are
hope.
it.
Well, okay, we are. Well, I hope we are it is having the all is having a good time. We as all on this planet and all throughout this universe are doing a whole lot of creating for this for ourselves for the force.
Not only that, Kathy, but see, we have to look at existence. Like I say to people, I said, the universe that we're in right now that we're talking from could be universe number 235. But there's a universe out there that's number 9,762. You see, because the universes are an infinitum. There's no stop. And there are so many different types of species just in our universe
On
that
our
we have.
planet.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. One
Look
day
it
we'll
up there. Look next door.
have.
Then Carol, you were the one watching the Alien Resident or something, telling me about that
Oh, that's such a
Resident
funny,
Alien.
that's such a funny show. I have to see when the new season starts.
So, that's the thing. But everything begins inside of us. Everything, every challenge is internal. It's not out. it's in, that we're in, it's internal, each one of these things, even the ones that are joyful are lessons. See, some people think that the lessons are all low vibrational or negative,
Yeah, I know I did.
and they're not. The high vibrational ones are also lessons, you
I
know.
like those lessons.
Right. What can you learn from being joyful?
That you
There's
like it. You want to
Yeah,
keep
that's one of
creating
the
that.
things. Yeah, that's one of the things. But there's a lot that comes with that saying, I am joyful. I'm experiencing being joyful. There's so much in that. Choosing an outfit that when you put it on, you look great. Say, wow, I really look great in this outfit. Well, that makes you feel good. That's a lesson unto itself. So everything that we experience is a lesson. And everything that is a lesson, which everything is, comes from inside of us.
Yeah.
And if we want to find the answer to it, we look internally first, because and it might be an external answer, but we look for the answer inside of us first. And one way of doing that is asking, why did I create this?
Yeah, I
Why?
do that a lot. Why? 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 WHY. Why? Why?
Absolutely.
Then I
Why did
wait
I
for the
create
answer.
this?
I want the
You
answer to
know,
hit me in the head.
right. I remember when the guy came we wanted him to look at our air conditioner, the one that we had outside. And he said, well, okay, we can add some fluid to it or whatever. And he did that, and then the compressor or something broke. He
Yeah,
came
the
back in and
compressor.
he said, well, this is broken. I said, okay, so how much is it going to cost to put a new air conditioner there in its place? So he says, well, now this is the reverberation, okay? My I create for my air conditioner to finally conk out, have to replace it. But the reverberation is now I have to get a new furnace. So
Oh my gosh.
because the new air conditioner, the way they make them now,
They're
won't
connected.
fit with my furnace. So now I'm winding up giving up a working furnace for a new furnace to match the air conditioner so we can get some air conditioning.
I ought to
Okay.
put a window one in there.
First and second floor. So, but because I said, well, how can he said, well, you can get rid of we can put in a new air conditioner, hook it up to your furnace. However, note that there's a part in there that can eventually go out, and then you'll have carbon dioxide coming in your house. So was it worth that to have that experience? No, moving in wisdom. So we worked it. We got a new furnace downstairs and a new air conditioner outside, and and Myron worked the price down so we didn't have to pay the original price of it. So, but look what we created.
But
You
look
know,
at how now you can rest easy knowing that both the heat and the coolness is always going to be good because everything's new and
but
under.
that's not it. Because now, see, I've got two furnaces and two air conditioners. So
That's
the
a
one that's
Chicago thing.
upstairs is getting ready to go because it's not going
Uh,
to have the fluid it needs. So
yeah.
I know I've got to replace another air conditioner and another furnace.
I
That's
Oh,
do window air conditioners. Go ahead, Carol. Take us to break.
I was going to say, I hate interrupting this because we're learning so much about Greta's house, but we do need to take a short break. And when we return, we will have the realm of beings speaking about the quote that they've given us. So, listeners, viewers, we'll be right back. Stick with us. Welcome back, listeners and viewers. You are with us here at Shifting Impressions, Conversations with the Realm of Beings. We've come to that portion of the program where the realm will come in and speak about the quote that they've given Greta and that we've been discussing. Realm, hello, how are you?
Okay, Carol. Yes.
You're
Hi.
good. Okay. The quote this week was, "Your answers to questions in your life are only found internally because your trueness resides within you."
And the other reason too, Carol, is because you create your reality.
Exactly.
So you're going to create the challenge, and it might not seem that way, but then you turn around and create the answer, solution. Now, you can have many solutions for one challenge, which then, until you create them to experience them, they are all probabilities. So, but how do you choose which probability that you want to experience? And that would be, that's going to be where you look inside. And looking inside, then part of that is to say, to ask, assist me in understanding why I've created this. Assist me in understanding that. You can ask. You don't have to know, be formal about it, in other words, or tell that you you um, I'm trying to think about this now because I'm halfway in and halfway out. Let me give myself
I
back.
can tell because you sound just like Greta.
Yeah, Greta's husband opened up the door and left something for her, and it threw her off. Let me get back in. It's the internal is your the unconscious. And the three of you talked about the unconscious being an aspect of the force, which it is. So the unconscious holds everything, and it holds everything that you want to know. And tell you the truth is that you know everything. You just don't think you do. It's like some people say, well, I'm better at English than I am at math. In actuality, you're good at everything because you know everything. It's just that you've excluded what you don't want and what you want. So that's why you get into the idea that I'm not very good in this area, but I'm very good in that area.
Can I ask a
So
question, Realm?
yes.
Because I don't know how many listeners out there, but I know I've often heard, it may have even been directed at me, Little Miss Know It All. So you're saying it's okay. How are they were accurate. They were accurately describing me or any other person. They said Little Miss Know It All and Know It All.
Well, everybody's a know-it-all. I think that's what you're saying, Kathy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, everybody's a know-it-all
They just
because
don't know it.
everybody is the force. Yeah. You're the force even if you don't think you are. See, you don't have to totally believe that you are the force. It doesn't change anything just because you don't believe it. What it is that you put yourself in a certain limiting position so that you can experience this humanoid expression of life. And the lessons were given to you by the incarnate, which is also an aspect of the force, and created you. And then from there, you took over. It's like Greta was saying she liked the Muppets. So think of us all as being Muppets. We're Muppets for the force. The force is experiencing itself.
We're Muppets. I'm the Cookie Monster for sure.
Okay. So, okay, Cookie Monster. All right.
I was going to mention that what you were saying, I think also applies to create the words creation of reality. And I've actually told people, you create your own reality, whether you believe it or not, whether you know it or not, you're still creating it.
Absolutely. Because that is the way of this humanoid experience. That's the way of it. Because in accepting to have these experiences and being human and expressing yourself through lessons, you have taken on that, which means that you don't remember the force. You don't remember being that. In fact, you take the force and create it to be external. You see, that's another example of when we say everything is internal. You see, you create the force to be external to you. So you separate yourself from it.
We call
So
him
when you
God.
separate yourself from it, then you look for your answers, for your solutions to your challenges as external as well. So you see everything separate from being you. You have to see it like that. That's part of being human. That's the characteristics of humans. They see things separate. That's one of the big lessons.
What
To
happens
come
when we
out
learn
of
that
that
lesson, Rel?
lesson,
What
I'm
happens
sorry,
when
Kathleen, what were you saying?
what happens when humans learn that lesson? Do we stop being human? I mean, what happens to us when we stop doing that?
And could you be more specific? Stop doing what?
Seeing things as external. You said part of being human is seeing the forces outside of ourselves. And to me, that I reference God. We see him outside of ourselves. My question is, what happens when we stop seeing things? Are we still human when we stop doing that and start seeing things internally, like you are suggesting,
If
or
you
like?
go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, that was the question. Do we
If
stop
you
being human?
if you are still seeking outside, you're still human. You're still having a humanoid experience. It's just that you're retraining yourself. It's in that retraining, when we say retraining, it's really remembering.
Mhm.
You're remembering it. You're getting through the haze and you're beginning to see what was the truism of it, what is the actuality of it. But we get
Well,
so engrossed in separation, it's very challenging to be able to see that you are the force.
Realm, if I could just ask, kind of piggybacking off what Kathy was asking, I think she meant what happens to us when we understand there's no separation and we are the force.
We've talked about that, Carol, and we've said that that's the end of you creating transitional portals. And that is you understand that you were never outside of being the force. So you will feel the consciousness of being totally assimilated because you've never really been apart from it. You've never, but you believe it. See? So that thing that has been created, that thought, see, that was created too. Thought and emotions have been created to assist you in staying in that challenge. So the more that you explore being a spiritual and divine being, how would you do that? Some people use it through meditation. Some people use it by going into yoga. Some people use it by exploring the quote unquote holy books. Some people use it by exploring other religions, moving from one religion to another. I'm not talking about moving from one sect of a religion to another sect of the same religion. I'm talking about actually moving from one religion to another religion. different people use different methods of exploring and attempting to remember. See, if you're starting to do that, if you're starting to go to listen to metaphysical talks, if you're listening to Daryl Anka express the teachings of Bashar through him, or Hicks with the Abraham Collective, as we call it, and Lee Carroll with Cryon, and Zakar, and all of those entities you're looking at. That means you're searching. You're searching to understand. People are creating quantum physics, quantum healing, quantum this, quantum that, because they want to understand. They're trying to grasp what is this existence that I am a part of. Notice what we've said now. What is this existence that I am a part of? Because you're still in that idea of separation. You have not gotten to the part that, what is this? What are all these creations of realities of which I am? You see, it's a different thought. Because you see yourself as a little microcosm inside this big space. So you're operating there just with you, and you're reaching out to others in various ways for lessons, because that's part of the reaching out. You're calling and attracting to yourself personalities that assist you in your own growth and your own opportunities for the growth. You see, so you're in a constant state of creation of reality. You're in a constant state of searching, regardless of how you're searching.
Question, but I have to preface my question in this manner, because sci-fi sometimes really can make you think and wonder about things, and this affects you in different ways. Like, for example, you're talking about we're all one, this oneness, and yet I'm thinking of I think of Star Trek, the Borg, where humans value because humans value individuality. It seems that they do. They value that like you're saying, that separateness, and becoming part of that collective of the Borg. It was seen as being horrible and horrific, and because they had that oneness as something you should not want. You want your own individuality, and they were prizing that above everything. So I guess I don't know if you're familiar with that Star Trek. Well, you can look at it. Well, I don't have to tell you what to look at it, because I know you already go doing your thing with it. But my question, but it's like,
so what is your question, Kat?
I'm trying to formulate it. I don't know how to formulate it. It's just that they make it seem like being an individual is more important than being knowing that you are one with everything.
But look at that Borg. Look at the Borg, since you brought that up. Imagine seeing the Borg in front of you. What are you looking at? Tell me.
It's more machine than person.
Nope.
No, I've been looking at myself, I guess. Myself.
When you just look at the Borg, don't be philosophical with it. Just look at the Borg. What are you seeing?
Someone that's different from me.
What else are you seeing? Just see the Borg itself. What do you see?
An individual that's not human.
Not an individual. You're seeing what?
A different species.
I know that, but you're seeing what? Okay, let me
we can be.
At a great
let me just say this. When you look at the Borg, and you're saying that the Borg is They're in oneness. They're in one with each other. But look how it is depicted. It is depicted as individuals.
Yeah, numbers. They have different numbers. 7 of
They
9.
they are at, it is still inside that Borg experience or inside that Star Trek episodes when you're dealing with the Borg. You are looking at different individuals. So there is no oneness there.
Right. This is 7 of 9.
There is no oneness there because there are individuals in that Borg. What we're talking about here, oneness, you will not see any other individuals but yourself as the force. You will not. There's only oneness, and that is what you will perceive, and that is what you will see. You will not see other individuals looking alike or speaking alike. You will not see that because that is separation as well.
Oh, okay. All
So,
right.
right inside that Borg, they've been talking about oneness, but it's an illusion there because they've got all these individuals. We're talking about oneness. When we say oneness, you will not see another person standing next to you or
I
another
only see myself.
species, because the only thing you will see is
It's
the
the
force itself.
force itself, which is me.
And you won't see yourself separate from the force. You won't see Kathy over here and the force over there. Or you won't see Kathy sitting inside the force. You will not even see that because the force is the force. There's no individual sitting inside that force. Right now, because you're in a humanoid experience and you're looking outside of yourself, then that's what you can see. When you were looking at the Borg, even though they were talking about unity, but you're seeing different ones, you're seeing different Borgs because the person who created it could not understand oneness, could only see that it has to be a way, a behavior. That's what the Borg
Wow.
shows you.
Okay.
The
Yes.
Borg
Okay.
shows you a behavior. We're not talking about a behavior. We're talking about the isness. And there's only one isness. I know it can be challenging to deal with this concept,
Yes, it can
you
be. And yes,
know,
it is.
but
Yeah.
it depends on each one of you because each one of you who's listening to this podcast are going to approach what we're saying in different ways. Because right now you're operating as different individuals without recognizing that you are the force. So some people can't even begin to even recognize what we're saying, you see, because they're still caught up in quote unquote God. And it's very interesting. They give directions to God. God is directional. God is up. We're ascending. Notice even that word, ascending. What does that mean? It means going up. So therefore, humans have created that the way for them to express a transformation of their spirituality, they must go up. You see, you've even added directions to it. You see the whole concept of dimensions. We've talked about that, and you yourself, Kathy, have called it the cosmic caste system because people think that they're on the fifth dimension and they're operating higher than someone else who's on the third dimension. So dimensions have been set up to support separation. You see,
And they always have a leader that's higher than them that'll take them there too. And it's not
absolutely,
like they can take themselves there.
absolutely, because
That's how
there's a
culture.
belief that there are forces higher than them, and that is totally inaccurate.
Ron, where are you on your experiential evolution?
Our experiential evolution is that we are learning how to support. One of our lessons is to learn how to support um, humans in developing an understanding that's outside of separation.
Mhm.
So that is our operational system or modus operandi. There are others like us that are going through individuals throughout the world. Most people here in Western world are only set up to receive the channeling from other from other forces. You see that are outside. You're looking outside of yourself. So the channeling goes in. There's a channeler sitting in the Amazon rainforest. You see. But that individual who's channeling through that person is bringing a teaching that those particular people in that area need to learn. You see, the individuals that come and channel through others, they're present like we are present in ways to bring about certain teachings, to assist people in understanding and not in elevating themselves, because that's the whole concept of going up, not in elevating themselves, but in going internal. See, the movement is always internal. It's never external. It's just that when you look around, you look around and you fall into uh, uh, belief systems that assist you in accepting your external
Illusion.
beingness, you see.
We become part of the illusion.
Well, when you think about it, everything is an illusion except the force itself. Everything is illusion. We don't care what universe you're on. We don't care what planet you're from. We don't care uh, what species you belong to. It's all illusion to begin with. So other individuals on other planets in other universes are learning also that they are the force and have been the force all along. Yes.
Why didn't they know that from the beginning? That's the part
Because that takes away the fun.
oh, so,
Who wants to be boring?
well, falling off a mountain or that plane crash that just happened, that's fun. I guess for the force it is, but I don't know about the individuals that didn't get off that plane.
Well,
Oh,
that's
boy.
because you're looking at it as horrible.
That's true. That is
But
very
it's
true.
not horrible that the plane crashed. There was a decision. Not familiar with the plane crash you're talking about because there are many of them. But the thing is that some people choose that as a
That's the
way
way
to
of
move
going.
on. That's by choice. We remember that there was a story once that this airplane malfunctioned. It fell, hit the earth. Everyone on it made their transition except a baby.
Mm-hmm.
The baby lived through the whole thing. That's because the baby, the baby hadn't set that time period to make his or her transition. But everybody else on the plane had done it individually. And they all decided plane number 257, whatever the airline carrier, is going to drop from the sky. We're going to use that. But that's done at the unconscious level, you
Mm-hmm.
see. So it's not a bad thing that happened. That's a method. That's part of the process to transition out of here. And when you make your transition, once your etheric body is gone, you have no feelings of pain or anything. In fact, you're very much out of illusion.
Mm.
If anything, if you're still partially in it, you're asking, where am I?
You
Because
ghost.
some people go through the process of transitioning and don't realize that they've transitioned. So they think that they're still here,
Yep, they ghosted.
you see. So, and wondering why somebody else doesn't see them. So there's so many experiences that are provided for humans within this reality. On another podcast, we would like to discuss reality.
That would be great.
Maybe we can do that next week, Carol.
That would be awesome. We don't have next week's quote yet. However, we would like to thank everyone for watching. We would like to thank the Realm for being here, for Greta, Kathy, and Transformation Network. Mostly to our listeners and viewers, thank you for being part of this experience. We'd like to wish everyone a happy, healthy, safe new year. And until we create each other again.
Once again, thanks for joining us at Shifting Impressions, Conversations with the Realm of Beings on TransformationTalkRadio.com. As you have explored today's creation of reality experience with the Realm and me, Greta, each of you is being supported by us in further developing the understanding that you are not just an individual existing in linear time and space, but a multi-dimensional force of infinite possibilities who is connected to all. So begin to create the realities you want. Join us every Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific Time and 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Shifting Impressions at TransformationTalkRadio.com. So long until we create each other again next Friday.